0 Hour, the suicide showdown in the Gulf. Here, in waters that never rest, a new chapter is being written in a history always etched in gunpowder. We are not talking about a fleeting crisis, but the moment history decided to stand still. Tehran's latest warning of a full-scale war was not mere rhetorical bravado. It was an official declaration that the era of diplomacy has ended and the era of weaponry has begun. As the world moves in its usual orbits, the USS Abraham Lincoln was cutting through the waves of the Indian Ocean, heading toward a boiling cauldron. It is not just a ship, it is American prestige afloat, now crashing into the solid wall of Iranian defiance. Are we witnessing one last show of force, or are we watching the opening moves of a chess game in a war that will spare no one? Fortress Lincoln, Washington's final gamble. Consider this steel giant. The Abraham Lincoln carries over 90 fighter jets and a firepower exceeding the entire defense budgets of many nations. The Pentagon is sending a clear message: we are here and we are not leaving. But in military science, great power creates great targets. For the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, this carrier is not an invincible legend, but a steel box trapped in narrow waters. The engineering of this narrative reveals a terrifying truth. The carrier's entry into the Gulf places it within the kill zone of Iranian coastal missiles. Washington gambles on deterrence. Tehran gambles on attrition. Who will break first under the weight of this psychological and field pressure? Swarm doctrine and ghost wars. Away from the giants, an army of ghosts waits. Iran has developed what is known as swarm intelligence. Imagine hundreds of fast boats, armed with cruise missiles, launching simultaneously from their mountain hideouts. The most advanced American radars may struggle to track hundreds of small moving targets at once. This is where the gray zone emerges. Cyber warfare is the hidden engine of this conflict. Attacks aimed at radar blindness and hacks intended to disable GPS systems. In 2026, war does not start with the sound of an explosion, but with the silence of black screens. Iran has invested for years in this technology to compensate for its lack of conventional air power. Now, the time for the ultimate test has come. The Strait of Hormuz, the world's chokehold. This narrow passage, barely a few kilometers wide at certain points, is the bottleneck of the global economy. 1/5 of the world's oil passes through here. The Iranian threat to close the strait is the unconventional nuclear option. If the tankers stop, the world stops. This situation takes us into the command rooms in Tehran, where smart naval mines and ultra-high-speed Hoot torpedoes are being prepped. Washington realizes that forcing the strait open means a long-term war, and its closure means a global economic collapse. It is a suicide match where everyone loses, and the winner is whoever possesses the coldest nerves in this scorched earth. The doomsday scenario. What if the gates of hell are opened? Intelligence reports suggest that Iranian missiles like the Khyber and Fatah are not just aimed at the sea, but at American bases across Qatar, Bahrain, and the UAE. The conflict will not be strictly naval. It will transform into a full-scale regional war, covering the Middle Eastern sky in smoke. Allies watch with caution. Superpowers like Russia and China watch this American attrition with a hidden smile. Washington finds itself in a trap. Advancing means war, and retreating means the end of the American century in the region. It is the Big Bang everyone has warned about for 3 decades, and now it seems closer than ever. The moment before the bullet. In the end, the USS Abraham Lincoln remains a mere piece of metal in the face of a solid will or a fatal recklessness. The world holds its breath, not because the war has started, but because it could start at any second. History is being written now with the ink of anxiety over the waters of the Gulf. Will reason succeed in curbing the gunpowder, or has the amassed force already crossed the point of no return? 20 minutes have passed, and in every second, the world draws closer to the moment of truth. The countdown has not ended. It is only waiting for someone to pull the trigger.